The Kuwaiti government is to invest $2 billion loan in Africa over the next 5 years. It will be specifically for infrastructural development. This commitment was made at the Afro-Arab Summit in Kuwait, attended by Vice President Kwesi Amissah. Nutor Bibini Nutor has the details.
The oil-rich Gulf state, Kuwait, is a member of the Arab League, and increasingly it is playing a visibly critical role on the world stage. It hosted 71 leaders from across Africa and the Arab world who met for the third Africa-Arab Summit. It sought to give meaning to this all-important summit, originally scheduled to come off every 3 years. The group has a checkered history. Its first summit in 1977, which took place in Cairo, did not only establish the group's arms and mechanisms, but also set out its mission to cover political, diplomatic, economic and social lives of its peoples. It was resuscitated from dormancy following the 2010 summit in the Libyan city of Sirte, calling for a new international economic order with a sharp focus on private sector participation and increased Arab investment in Africa. For the leadership, the just-ended third Afro-Arab Summit in Kuwait was an opportunity to activate the deep-rooted economic relations between Africa and the Arab worlds for mutual benefit. The summit reiterated the need for action-oriented programs in food security, sustainable environment, investment, health and education, cognizant of the fact that the challenges facing the two worlds today have grown bigger than in the past. Though Africa's economy experienced its fastest growth last year, Chair of the African Union Commission, Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, noted that it still lacks infrastructure.
We are working to expand agriculture and agro-processing to ensure our collective food and nutritional security, increase our investment in infrastructure, transport, road, rail, aviation and shipping, energy, ICT, water, sanitation and other economic and social infrastructure.
The Amir of the State of Kuwait, Sheikh Sabah Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah, pledged a total of $2 billion in soft loans to be invested in infrastructural development in Africa. When Vice President Kwesi Amissah took the stage, he described the move as calculated steps to seal the economic partnership between Africans and the Arabs.
The agreed framework for cooperation and the priorities we have identified reflect the most urgent challenges we face. Food security, trade facilitation, protecting the environment and deepening our cultural links are all essential elements for a meaningful strategic partnership. Ghana is ready to work with all members of this partnership to realize these shared objectives. Our first president, Kwame Nkrumah, a staunch advocate of African-Arab cooperation, once observed that, and I quote, "While the Sahara once divided us, today it unites us." End of quote. This saying is true today even more than it was in the 1960s, and this is what guides us in this endeavor.
Kuwait's earlier commitment was seen when she donated $1.8 million for the expansion of the medical center at the African Union headquarters in Ethiopia. Despite its numerous natural resources, Africa continues to slag behind other continents in their forward march to development. With a highly unstable Euro-American economy and its repercussive shocks, which throws African economies off target, of which Ghana is no exception, it comes as no surprise that African leaders are swarming to the Arab world to take a chunk of this huge windfall of $2 billion made available by the Kuwaiti government. Perhaps Ghana should be looking in that direction in its renewed efforts at further developing the infrastructural base of the economy, especially as it moves gear from a lower to a middle income status. Nutor Bibini Nutor, GTV News, Kuwait.